What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty with the GoPro strapped to my head, and sitting in front of us is the 2025 Cadillac CT5. And who's ready for a test drive? I know I certainly am. Today we're going to walk you around this car real quick, and we'll get it straight out onto the road and kind of get some driving impressions. We'll get a test for it on a main road, we'll get an acceleration test, all kinds of good stuff. But to give you an overview first, the 2025 model year does have an update, and where you see most of the exterior changes is right up front. So new sleeker grille with some chrome accents, new headlights too, in kind of an upside down V shape, which looks pretty cool. We've got these really nice looking wheels with the kind of machine face to the wheels, and they are 20 inches. And this is a premium luxury trim with the turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and it's also got the platinum package. So this is a fully loaded vehicle. Lots of chrome trim on this vehicle, which looks good on a Cadillac. And as you can see, quick peek at the interior, absolutely gorgeous. Just look at this color combination in and of itself. We've got purple on the outside, brown on the inside. So specific colors are Midnight Sky Metallic on the outside, Sedona Sauvage on the inside. And we've got a $59,210 sticker price, which really isn't too bad if you ask me. Really the only packages added on to this are the Platinum package, which is a pretty large package, $6,795, but it comes with almost a whole column, more than a whole column of features. We've got all-wheel drive, 20-inch wheels, and the paint color, so that's what we're working with optional equipment today. We've got the rear view camera mirror up top, which we will display during the test drive. And the changes are more subtle back here, so a little bit of a different bottom to the bumper, and very classy looks for this car. Let's take a peek in the trunk. Pretty roomy, as with typical Cadillac sedan fashion. Not as big as the Cadillacs from the 70s and 80s trunks, but it's close enough. We've got extensions to either side and even a little bucket right here. Fold down seats, 60-40 split. And if we fold up the cargo floor, you can see there's a little bit of segmented storage down there. Electronic and lit up door handles, which is pretty nice. Inside, I absolutely love this interior color. I'm kind of a sucker for cars with brown interiors, but take a look at this one. It's kind of got this really neat dye pattern to it, where it's got some kind of like black in it. It's really cool looking. It's got perforations, carbon fiber trim, even 15 speaker audio system. And this is the CT5, so it's the largest sedan that Cadillac makes as of now. Now I'm 5'10". I adjusted this front seat to a normal driving position for myself, and as you can see, plenty of room. Chargers back here, air vents back here, nice double sunroof. This car also has Super Cruise. Now, we're not going to hit any highways today, so we're not going to demonstrate that. But from past experience in trying this in my own time, it does work very well. As far as amenities up front, obviously we have the 15-speaker audio system. We also have power folding mirrors, memory seats, massaging and cooled seats. It's just quite a bit of stuff in this car. And we get a very cool animation with this new giant screen. Very neat. All right, let's roll up these windows, get some AC going, and put our seatbelt on to take this thing for a test drive. Quick overview of the interior. We've got the Super Cruise strip up here. We've got the rear view camera mirror going, all of your heated steering wheel, cruise control on the steering wheel. HVAC controls are still physical buttons, and we've got a bunch of other controls down here. Driving modes and a secondary control for our touchscreen. What do you say we get it out on the road? All All right, so setting off, what we're going to do is we're on a nice desolate kind of road, industrial park, so there's not a lot of traffic. And what we'll do first is we'll kick off the video with some steam. We're gonna put it into our sport mode, so we're gonna switch it from tour to sport. Nice little visual there, and we'll get an acceleration clip as soon as this kind of bend ends. Now we do have the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder under the hood, and there is also a twin turbocharged V6 available, but we'll see how this 2-liter turbo does in straight line speed. As you can see, sport mode kind of tidies up the gauge cluster a little bit, makes a nice big tachometer, and we'll bring it to a full stop here. Turn down the AC so we could hear the engine a little bit, and we're gonna floor the throttle and see what happens. Here we go. Follow up with a quick brake test. Yeah, brakes feel really good actually. As for the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, we're working with 237 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, which is plenty of power for a car of this size. Nothing that'll blow your socks off though. So if you want the kind of performance, go with the twin turbocharged V6. This has plenty of power, you know, nothing to scoff at, just, you know, a little bit of an underwhelming engine for maybe highway passing and things like that for a luxury brand. And after sitting at the longest light in the world, let's conduct the rest of our tests here. Now what we're gonna do here is, this is kind of a residential area, but it's very hilly, so we'll see how it handles the kind of curves and hills, and then we'll get it out onto a back road next, and our final kind of test will be more of a main road, so kind of like a 2-lane highway. You know, nothing crazy, but we'll at least get a test on to see how it handles the higher speeds, you know, 45, 50, 60, you know, 55 miles an hour. So it's handling the hills pretty nice. The turbocharged 4-cylinder has a lot of grunt down low in the engine range, and as you can see, according to the RPMs, you know, getting it up that pretty steep hill, stayed below 2,000 RPMs, kind of just spooled the turbo out to help it out a little bit, and we got up the hill no problem. But initial impressions, it's a pretty quiet ride. Now we do have the biggest wheels available, 20-inch wheels, and it seems to ride pretty good too, even though it's got the larger wheels. Definitely a more solid ride with the bigger wheels because we don't have a whole lot of sidewall we're working with, but still a pretty exceptional ride overall. Now another thing I wanted to touch on is these seats. Now, in addition to them just being an absolutely gorgeous color, they're also very, very comfortable and customizable. We have thigh extensions, we also have 4-way lumbar, we have massaging, cooling, heating. I mean, it is the whole 9 yards with these seats here. I suppose at this moment we can change it over to the tour mode, which will kind of give us a more relaxed driving experience. You can immediately tell that the steering gets lightened up, and our gauge cluster changes over to a more relaxed view with the smaller tachometer and gas gauge to the side. Now, I'm not sure if you could see it with the camera angle that we're on right now, but there is a heads-up display, and it's showing us our current speed as well as any of the cruise control or super cruise features, any of that stuff that we have activated. So that's pretty nice. Steering is very, very light in tour mode. Just kind of taking that corner with a little bit of speed. You could definitely feel how lightened up the steering wheel gets. Just doing a little bit of cornering there, you know, nothing crazy whatsoever. You could feel that the car has a little bit of body roll, which is probably what you want for a vehicle in this class. You want it to be comfortable overall. That's what you're really buying this vehicle for. Now, if a set of adaptive dampers was available, that'd be very nice. I would assume that Cadillac would bring them like they have in the Blackwing to the V Series and the Blackwing again for 2025, which would be a great addition to this car. Okay, and here we are on kind of our final portion of the test drive, where we have a nice main road here, so we can get up to some higher speeds. And up at 45 to 50 miles an hour, it is very, very quiet, almost just as quiet as if you're driving around at 25. So that's what kind of Cadillacs are known for, just having a quiet, smooth ride. And with some smaller wheels, you'll definitely be able to have a lot smoother ride. With these 20-inch wheels, not a lot of sidewall, like I said earlier. It's a little bit, you know, you could feel it over the manholes and potholes and things like that. But just over a nice, smooth road, it is extremely smooth, extremely quiet. So yeah, no complaints at all as far as the driving goes. It does what a Cadillac is supposed to do. And one more thing I wanted to point out too is what always caught me is take a listen to the window motors. They are silent. You can't even hear the windows rolling up and down. Just a little tidbit that I thought I should point out there. But that pretty much does it for this test drive. Now make sure you click the little link down below for our in-depth features review, so where we go over all the technology in this car, pop open the hood, discuss all the numbers, all of the specifics on the outside, inside, trunk space, rear seats. Make sure you check out that video too, and I hope you stick with us here at Ty Drives for more videos just like this one.